Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam. Welcome back to Boy Band Break. We encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Chinzia.
And I'm Sophia. And welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. So last week we had a Nick Jonas album review. We enjoyed the album. Hope you guys did too. And we realized that we have not done updates in a while. So we're going to do some updates because that usually gives us more updates of more things that are happening in the boy band world. What was I going to say before I did that? Oh, the day that we are recording this is March 10th. So happy Mario Day, Super Mario Day. March 10th, Mario. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, sad news for the Canadians in Ontario. Today, Wyerton Willie has died. He is our groundhog. So rest in peace.
I also saw that before we came on to record the podcast. That's very sad.
I went to Wyerton once, so it was interesting. But also my favorite thing, not favorite, obviously these groundhogs do not live forever. I don't actually know the life expectancy of a groundhog, but I told my friends that this had happened. And I said, oh, is Wyerton Willie the one that died that one year? Like he froze to death before the thing, or was it somebody else? And then my friend Alex is like, I've been off the groundhog beat for a while. You're my main source of hog news. So then I was like, okay, I got to obviously Google this. So I Googled which groundhog froze to death. And this is awful, but it says, in 1999, Wyerton Willie froze to death days before the festival. In his place, festival organizers brought out a stuffed rodent in a casket, much to the horror of the gathered children.
Oh my God.
Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't you just not do it that year?
Or just get another groundhog? I guess they're not easy to come by, but why would you?
Yeah, they didn't have enough time to get one. I don't know, but I would have just okay, this year we're not doing it.
Oh my God. Well, obviously that was a cold one that year if he froze, but
pay your respects with flowers or whatever.
Oh man. But we did end up probably 5 or 6 years ago. We went up to Wyerton for the weekend, and we ended up going to the park where he lives, I guess. And it's very underwhelming, but we definitely took pictures with he has a big statue there and stuff. So I was trying to find it, but apparently I did not put it in a photo album. So anyways, rest in peace, Wyerton Willie. And good luck to the new groundhog. I guess it's kind of like Pigskin Pete, who is so the Hamilton Tiger Cats have a guy. He's not the mascot. The mascot is, they got Stripes and then they got TC. So those are your actual Tiger Cats. But there's this guy, Pigskin Pete. He wears a bowler hat type thing. And he kind of does the whole Oski wee wee, Oski wah wah, holy Mackinac, tigers, eat 'em raw. So when they pass away or get fired for being an alcoholic, they end up bringing another person in, and they just take on the character of Pigskin Pete. So that is where we are. So basically that's your Wyerton Willie is just the spirit of the groundhog. So I don't really know where I'm going with this.
Thank you for that news. Thoughts and prayers and condolences to everyone who's sad. That is very sad news.
Can I just say, for the longest time, I didn't realize there were so many groundhogs around.
Yes, I just feel we knew the main ones, right?
We obviously knew Wyerton Willie because he's the Ontario one. And then Puxatawney Phil is the American one because that was on Groundhog Day, the movie with Bill Murray. Did you ever watch that one?
I did. It's a really good movie. Yes.
So I was okay, there's a Canadian and American groundhog.
I feel Bill Murray is awesome. Can't go wrong with any movies he's in.
That is true. I haven't seen him in a while. I guess good movies, that Bill Murray.
He usually does charity events now.
Yeah.
I don't really see him in movies. I guess he retired. I don't know.
I also really liked his Halloween, not Halloween, Christmas Scrooged. I like that version of the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Anyways, what was the point of this story? Oh, there's lots of groundhogs across Canada and the States. Apparently in Maine, I think they also have a lobster, like Lucy the lobster, who predicts things. I was just like, but it's Groundhog Day. There's a Balzac Billy, and that just makes me laugh because it sounds like Balzac. And then, yep. So it's just like there's a lot of, because I'm a teenage child. Anyway, so Godspeed to all the groundhogs, and enjoy your rest until the next year's reaping. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, moving on.
Today we had spring-like weather. The past few days we had some spring-like weather.
So nice. Like
and
yesterday,
then,
like walking around without a jacket.
Yes, I finally was able to wear my running shoes because the snow has melted. It's now sidewalk. And obviously like dirty things like
True.
Other dirt because of the snowbanks.
Yes.
Went on top of all the dirty things.
It'll be fun.
But yeah, so I was able to wear my running shoes, and now they're saying that it's going to be like lots of rain starting tonight till into tomorrow.
Lame. Possibly a cold snap this weekend, but hopefully not. Hopefully we're on the better side. We've done the spring ahead. It's brighter out now. It's all good. So
yes, we've made it to
almost made it through the winter, guys.
7:30 sunset, which is good. Because then now you don't have to walk home in the dark.
That's true.
At 4:30.
Yes. Excellent plan.
Or whatever time you get off work.
Things that did not make it through the winter is my phone, which you cannot really tell, but I got a cracked screen over here.
Oh, yes. Are you going to get a new phone?
I actually went and talked to a phone person today, and I did not cry, which is very impressive for me because I get much anxiety when I have to get a new car or a new phone or something, and I don't like to talk to these people because I always feel like I'm getting scammed and it's horrible. But I'm on a plan right now that's ending soon because Bell sold us almost a year ago, so I don't get the employee discount anymore once the 12 months is up. But it turns out that the employee discount is crap and actually much cheaper to not be on that and just go to a different company. So possible, and get a new phone and get Canada US calling. So I was like, I will probably switch over in the next couple of days. I had to rush home, but
okay, maybe this person was good at explaining things.
He was delightful. He was at Costco, very nice guy. So
excellent.
So yes, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I should have a new phone.
Looking at.
And apparently the internet is also going to be better because right now apparently I only have 50 megabytes and this is 1.5 gigabytes. So hopefully this will lag less and I will be able to do things better.
Wonderful. See? So, everything's coming up. Yeah.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Anyways, okay. Boy band updates. We got a few. We're probably going to forget some. More things will probably come out while we're, discussing this, and then after we post the episode more things will be up, so I'm sure there'll be a newer updates one, but this is our first March 2026 updates. So
yes, because the last two, every time we uploaded it, things got canceled, and we're like, oh no, we have to record another one. Then we recorded another one and things got canceled, and then something was rescheduled, and then we're like, oh my gosh,
it's just
hopefully nothing gets rescheduled or canceled, and then we waited a little bit longer, and then lots of things got canceled now.
Yes. So we're going to go through some of those and tell you some of the new things. Okay. So first off, kind of boy band adjacent, but kind of not. Obviously Niall Horan was a member of One Direction, is a member of One Direction, I guess. They're just not together. But weird crossover, Thomas Rhett, who I talked about in an episode a few years ago when I was volunteering for the CCMAs, the Canadian Country Music Awards. Thomas Rhett is a country singer. He was hosting that. We had a moment where he was like spinning me around, but then it wasn't on TV. So then I got him to record a little like video afterwards of us like dancing together. It was a very lovely man, super sweet guy. Anyways,
I believe you shared that on your Facebook, and it was very nice.
It's on my Instagram too, actually.
Oh.
Actually, hold on.
Was it for your birthday?
It was my birthday 2 years ago. I decided I would just, because I love volunteering and I love all that behind the scenes stuff. how do I check my own page? Here we go. So basically what ended up happening was like I had volunteered for the Canadian Country Music Awards in the past, but then I was just like, oh, I have some time. I have some vacation time. And my friend was living in Edmonton. So I was like, hey, can I come stay with you for free? And he's like, yeah, sure. And the flight was super cheap. It was $250 round trip.
That's amazing. Usually the flights in Canada are so expensive.
Crazy expensive, yes. So I ended up going and then seeing my friends in Calgary as well. And then I flew back. So yeah, so I ended up being part of the production and the backstage crew, and it was like really fun. And when I was standing in, he was like, hey, I pretended he was a boy band member. So I was like, oh, while he was doing his performance, and he's like, oh my God, that's great. Let's do that. Like, let me twirl you. And then we practiced a bunch of times. He called back the next day. We did that. And then he almost forgot to do it on the broadcast, and the camera didn't catch it. And then he came back, did it. And then after he left, he was like, oh my God, we did it. And I was like, yeah, but it wasn't on TV because you forgot the cue. And then he was like, oh, no worries. Let's do it again. And I was like, of course, bro. So let's see if I can get
Of course, bro. I have a camera ready for you.
I was just like, I'm like, you know what? Because we weren't allowed, obviously you're not allowed to take pictures or videos backstage, but the show was already done. So I figured the show is over. They can't fire me from a volunteer position when the show is already over. So you know what? Yes. Shoot your shot. That's what you guys all got to do. You got to take your chances here.
YOLO, man. YOLO.
YOLO. So this is me and Thomas Rhett. I don't think so. Yes. So we're just kind of like twirling.
That's so cute. It was very cute.
So cute. Then we like dip, yeah, whatever. And then he goes and then he says, love you. And then he hugs me and stuff. So yes, that was cute. So that's Thomas Rhett. So he had posted something the other day of him like eating a chocolate bar, like a Hershey's chocolate bar, and then was playing Niall Horan's music behind it. So we're like, that's weird. And then Niall Horan like commented with like the little eyeballs and stuff. And we're like, that's weird. So then people are like, oh, Hershey Park. And I was like, oh, that makes sense because why else would it be a chocolate bar? But anyways, here's what we got here. So it is Thomas Rhett and Niall Horan live. They're actually doing 2 shows. So the first show is in Nashville on Thursday, July 9th at the Geodis Park. I don't know, fucking that name up. And then Saturday, July 18th at Hershey, Pennsylvania at the Hershey Park Stadium. So it says, surprise! We've got my buddy Niall Horan on 2 stadium dates. This is actually going to be insane. We're each giving you individual sets and then something fun together. Can't wait to see you there. And then it's like, oh, here's the pre-sale stuff and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like Hershey, Pennsylvania is not too terribly far. It's a Saturday. I should go. And then I looked at the date again. And then I realized that's Josh's wedding. And I am a bridesmaid. And I'm pretty sure I'll be murdered if I do not go to his wedding. So if anyone is going, you have an amazing time. They both put on great shows.
I feel like you need to like just put it on your head, the date of his wedding, because I think this is like the 3rd time you forgot.
So many things happening on July 18th, and I was just like, seriously, dude? Seriously? Like, I get it. He's a teacher. He has to get married in the summertime, but like...
I was like, can you not change your date?
I was just like, there's a Tie-Cat game we're missing. There's like a bunch of things happening. And I was like, just smashed my elbow. Anyway, so obviously I want to be...
It was funny because I think it was also the Vegas, the Backstreet Boys Vegas.
There's Backstreet Boys in Vegas, yes.
And I was like, you are hilarious.
I'm just like...
But yeah, he probably won't ever talk to you again if you missed it.
Yeah, well, okay, there's an O-Town show on the Sunday before. So his wedding is the 18th. So the O-Town show is on the 12th. Okay. So it's Sunday. So it's a whole week before, and it's only 4.5 hours away in Pennsylvania. And that is basically the only show there anywhere in our vicinity. I'll go through that in a bit because we're going to go through the O-Town stuff. But he banned me from going to the show because it's the week of his wedding. I was just like, even if I stay overnight, I will be back on Monday. Like, I will still be there for your wedding. Like, you're fine. The rehearsal's not till Friday, whatever, but he's a little groomzilla, and it's, yeah.
Why a week before? That's so weird.
I was like, it's the week before, dude. It's like okay, it's the week of, but he's like, no, we can't do anything. I'm like, okay, sure. So,
but wouldn't everything be done by that time? Like,
one would hope, yes.
you won't
that
need to. You just have to do like the little like
like
touches,
the little
right?
last minute things, which
Yeah.
we be doing on the Thursday or Friday. But
Yeah.
he's already having anxiety about the wedding, so I was like, okay. Also, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to be part. So obviously, it's a gay wedding. It's my gay friend Josh is marrying Devin, his fiance, and I've never realized how little men plan weddings and how little they know about like the whole process of wedding planning. So like Devin has taken like traditional groom role where he's definitely not like he's like whatever, do whatever, da, 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 da. Where like Josh is kind of freaking out, but he doesn't know what to freak out about because he's never had like, well, we're not doing like a bridal shower. We're not doing like a whole bunch of other things. We're basically just doing a bachelor party weekend and then whatever. But he's like, well, what do you mean? And then we had a meeting with the bridesmaids, and then the ones who have been married before made like a list, and then he started panicking about how many things are on this list because you don't think of all the little things with weddings and stuff. So it's fine. We're doing fine. He's got much things done, but
usually the women are the ones who are like have like thought about it since they were like kids, how their wedding would be. So I understand like he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. And yeah, and I get it. And then he was upset that we weren't having a bridal shower, or I guess a wedding shower. And I was like, why do you want a wedding shower? And he's like, I don't know. What do you guys do at that? I'm like, it's a bunch of old ladies who sit around like giving advice and making toilet paper dresses and like eating cookies. He's like, well, I want the cookies. I'm like, we can just make you cookies, bud. We don't need to have a shower for it. Because I was just like, well, who would you invite then? Would you both sides? Like, then it's just like the same. I don't know.
Yeah,
then
usually you get like
that.
Gifts.
Yeah, you get like gifts and stuff. But he already
has.
they already have a house. They already have stuff. So
then yeah, it probably defeats the purpose of
So I don't know. It's cute. It's fun. It'll be fine. Anyways, but long story long, I'm not allowed to do anything the week of his wedding in case wedding emergencies come up. And
maybe like put it like everywhere, the sticky notes.
Yes, I gotta like block off the week, but yeah. So anyways, it'll be fine. It'll be fun. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it'll be great.
It'll be a great time. And oh man, I miss how red my hair was back then. Sorry, this is another thing I need to do. I need to write down the hair dye that I purchase, because the hair that I had with Thomas Rhett is like a nice bright red. And I'm like, I have no idea where that is. I don't even know where I bought it from. I just
Didn't you take photos? I could have sworn you took a photo of it and you shared it in the chat, one of the chats.
Possibly, but it could have been one of the other ones. I don't know. Anyways, that has nothing to do with boy band. So let's move on. Should we do O-Town next or Backstreet Boys? What do you think?
Let's do Backstreet Boys.
Okay, so we got lots going on in the Backstreet world. First off, hold up. How do I share? Press the correct button to share. Okay, so in a shocking turn of events, the Backstreet Boys have added additional Vegas dates. So they finished off in February and they're like, surprise, we have more dates. And then they thought it'd be really fun to just announce the dates 3 at a time and then just keep adding more dates. So they started with either 3 or they started with 6. And then they just kept adding more and more. So they start up again on July 16th, obviously at the Sphere in Vegas.
There was a hint before too, because Brian commented on one of, I think, the Sphere's Instagram post saying, hopefully we can come back in the summer or something like that.
Yeah. So
and I was like, that's a hint if you read between the lines.
It's a pretty obvious hint, but yes, they definitely did it. So July, so they will be there.
And then there was an interview with the boys, and then I guess they saved it for the drop this time, because how it was like, oh, I guess we weren't supposed to say that the dates are in the summer, because I think they had recorded that in like February, the interview. So then they saved it for this drop of dates. And I was like, oh my God, Howie, you're hilarious.
These guys are like the worst kept secrets and everything. Like they're terrible at this stuff. Okay, so they kick off July 16th, which is a Thursday. So they do 16, 17, 18. So a Thursday to Saturday. And then the following, okay, so it looks like the shows are basically Thursdays to Saturdays.
Yeah,
So
they
have-
switched it up from
Because wasn't
before.
it Wednesday at one point or?
No, I think it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So now they changed it Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes, which kind of makes sense. And that's
In
like,
2017, they did Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
okay, that makes sense then.
I
Yes.
believe that's what we did. Yeah.
Look
I remember we went for the week?
Yes, because we went because it was like a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So we went a couple days early so we could do all 3 shows in the time. Because if you're flying to Vegas, you might as well fly for the whole thing. So that's actually interesting. That
But I
it's
understand if people just go for like 1 or 2 dates because it is expensive. Like I saw
Holy crap,
it
it's
is so expensive. But if you can find like cheap flight, and people are saying the Vibe package seems to be
yes, which is
least
surprising.
expensive way to go. So that's I feel like most people are doing that way. Because if you're going to Ticketmaster, that's like up the wazoo, and you don't.
So let's just pick a random date. Let's go.
But yeah, I find that a lot of people are doing that.
I have noticed that this time that they seem to be doing that instead. So, okay, so this is the Vibey packages. So you get the hotel and you get a 2-night stay at the hotel, access to the terminal and all this stuff. You get transportation, you get all that. Oh God, that's still expensive. $963 per person. There's also the general admission floor one, and you don't get a bunch of other stuff, but so it's floor or reserve seats, 2-night stay at the Venetian, and you get a lanyard. $612 is how much they're charging for these Vibey packages. Yeah. But let's see how much an actual ticket
Which
is.
I can understand because they have a ticket with it.
For sure.
And the Venetian, it's like
the Venetian's nice. Yeah.
It's close to the venue. So I think that's also convenient.
I'm just going to pick a random day. Let's go July 31st. On this.
Because there's also a path, I believe, from there.
Yes, but I don't think you can take the path on the way back for some reason.
Yes, they closed it off for some reason. I don't know. Okay,
so just to compare, basically it's mostly sold out. But the official platinum tickets are $775. So you can get the tickets and a hotel stay for less money than that. Like GA GA is cheap. Okay. Cheap. $291 is what it's going for right now. Verified resale. That's the July 31st date. So I don't know if there's any other.
Yeah.
So that's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. But
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
in
like
those
that they're
regards,
doing this dynamic pricing. I was like, I feel like the artist can tell them not to do that, but I don't know.
And then I had some of my right now this one, the Saturday show in August, the GA is $345. Regular tickets are $858. So like that's a lot when you have flight and you have a hotel and stuff. So yeah. So I think so I guess in this regards it is cheaper to get those Vibey packages. Yeah. But still, like that's kind of crazy. Like, and the problem is that now it's become like that. And not to say that any fans are better than others, everyone is whatever, but it just seems like a lot more of like the nostalgia or the newer fans are coming and getting like the good tickets. But I
feel like the influencers have helped, I don't know, the word of mouth.
Yeah.
And I guess they care more about the influencers and the nostalgic fans and the casuals, but like your diehards have been here forever. Even when people didn't want to buy your albums, us hardcore fans buy your albums, went to the shows.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Like we did a lot of like concerts to help support you guys.
And I feel like if we would have bought the Sphere when they first went on sale, they were the very first round. It was reasonable prices, but it was also around.
I saw it was like $225, I believe, the first round.
Yeah.
But because word of mouth and high demand,
and because it's apparently like an amazing show,
they jacked the price.
Yeah. And like, good, but like scalpers suck. So that's number one. And
I just saw that Ticketmaster, Live Nation, just has to pay like 280 million to the government, and they're fine.
And then nothing changes.
Nothing changes. Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Because I think because they got sued, right? I feel like that's
I
what
believe
happened.
they did. Yeah.
And now, yeah.
So I don't know. So if anybody was hoping for like a Backstreet Boys world tour or whatever, that's not happening in this year.
Yeah, but if you can find a reasonably priced ticket, if you're going to do the Vibe package, it seems reasonably better than the standard tickets.
Yeah.
Go for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, honestly. And I hear it's an amazing show. I am bummed that we haven't gone to see it. I am. So
yeah, like in July, maybe it would have been good to go, or August, to say like, oh, you went. Yeah. But I'm not going to go if it's like $1,000. I'm sorry.
No, and it's going to be that much. It's going to be crazy. So,
and they're not doing any meet and greets for those dates.
Right, because they did the meet and greets in the first half of the year, and then the January, February they did no meet and greets.
Right. I don't know about the summer. I don't know.
They haven't announced anything yet, but I don't see it changing.
Right.
However, our two of our favorites, we have lots. We like most of the band.
We love them.
We
all.
love the whole band. We
love everybody.
Everybody, where did I put that tab? Here we go. Our good old besties over here, Nick and Howie, coming in clutch, doing some meet and greets, so you can meet them. So their event is called Two of a Kind After Party with Nick and Howie from the Backstreet Boys. So you can get this on Please and Thank You's website. So if you go please.co and then you look up Nick and Howie, it'll pop up for you. So there's two packages. So obviously one is just general admission that gets you into the after party. So for these after parties, it does not take place at the Sphere. So you actually do not need to have a concert ticket. Obviously, you would want to go to the concert, but if you can't get to the concert and you're in Vegas and you're like, you know what, I want some Backstreet connection here, this is what you got here. So you have either the GA, which just gets you into the club, I believe. Is it at the Voltaire? It's at Voltaire Nightclub, which is, I believe, at the Venetian.
Yeah, Venetian.
So it's very close to the Sphere. It's right there. So you can either do the GA or you can do the meet and greet with Nick and Howie. And that includes, obviously, a meet and greet where you say hi to them. You get an individual photo with them taken by their tour photographer. So Justin will be taking your pictures. He does a really good job. You get a laminate, and you also get the GA admission into the party. So it says, Howie and Nick of the Backstreet Boys will make special guest appearances to host the night. It is your once-in-a-lifetime chance to say, I partied with the Backstreet Boy. That's not true. Every time they have these, they always say it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. We've had many once-in-a-lifetime nightclub things with them. Must be 21 years old to enter. So the cool part about these type of parties, so yes, you will get a very quick picture with them. Usually Nick and Howie are cool with hugs and stuff. They're usually good for that. And then what'll happen is like a DJ will play music, and every once in a while they'll get on a stage and they'll say some stuff, or they'll like, oh, I want to hear this song, or we're going to play this, or here's some obscure new song that I've recorded that I'm going to let you listen to, or something like that. So it's fun, but it's like, set your expectations low. You're not going to be like hanging out with them, drinking in the like VIP. You're not, but you're going to be at the club. You're going to be with other fans. It's going to
You'll be in their vicinity.
Yes,
but basically you need to stay with your friends and you just watch from afar, unless you're by the tables in the runway area or the stage area, because there's like table on either side. And
we've had some friends have some good luck at some of these after parties. So like, you never know. But yes, it's a lot. It's a long day. It's good. So anyway, so for I think this might be Canadian pricing, because I think it automatically switches it to Canadian. Oh, it does. It says CA here. Okay, but so this is the Canadian pricing, so it's be cheaper in US dollars. So the GA is $232. And the meet and greet, which includes the GA, is 839 Canadian. Sophia and I were just reminiscing back in the day on the NKOT BSB tour when Nick and Howie did these after parties. And the after party was
like 170.
170-ish.
And then that was
and
when
you got an album. You got a CD. You got a
picture.
It was a lot less crowded. It was yeah. So.
Yeah, and then we were like, oh, they're just adding Howie because Nick Carter
used to be like
was usually 170 or 175.
So it was like you got bonus.
So literally, and at that time, we also thought it was expensive. Oh, how good we had it back in the day.
Chumps. The very first thing that we saw Nick at, I don't know if that was the very first when we went to the movie screening.
Yeah, that was like, I would say.
That was like $80. And we're like, $80 to see Nick Carter. Fool. It was such a good deal.
I think because it was a movie, right? Like
we got a copy of the movie.
Yeah.
We got to watch the movie. We got a picture with Nick. There was groups of 4, but still. And there was a Q&A with Nick. Yeah. And it was like, we did not get popcorn, which I was like, oh, we're in a movie theater not getting popcorn, but the movie was only 15 minutes long. What was that movie called again?
The Pendant,
yes. Anyway, so things have gone up, inflation, all that jazz, but honestly, Nick and Howie
we know back in the day the prices were very reasonable.
Much more reasonable, but I feel like everyone's gone nuts after the pandemic though. Like I feel like, oh, we were off for 2 years, so let's like increase prices for everything. Like, and I know Vegas is more expensive anyways. Like I do get that. But even like Rod Stewart is playing in Hamilton tonight and there was a bunch of tickets left. And I'm like, oh, I wonder how much tickets are. $670. Granted, it was second row, but I'm like, who's paying $670? There was like a whole empty section. And then I realized that I should just
in 2017 when we went to Vegas. Yes, we paid a lot for GA, but I felt like it was, okay, the pricing. But this seems like a lot more.
It does.
Dynamic pricing for some reason.
For the tickets themselves, yeah. Because when we went, I don't think there was dynamic pricing. It was like, this is the price. And then if somebody's selling resale tickets, that's whatever. But this dynamic pricing stuff is like insane. Because it preys on people's like panic buying and things like that. One of my friends is part of the fan club. She tried to get in to buy pre-sale tickets every time and it did not work at all. And she could not get in or she would get in and then all the fan club stuff was already gone. And it was just like this dynamic pricing again. And like, I don't know.
And then I saw like some people were like locked out of their accounts or like people think like, I don't know, they were bots and the people are like, I am a human. How are you doing this to humans?
Yeah, it's true though. Like, so... Anyways,
so hopefully you could find a reasonably priced ticket. If you want to do the 2 of a kind after party, YOLO, why not?
Honestly, it's always a good time when you're hanging out with other fans.
If you can afford it, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And it seems that like Nick adds fun things, like he had his little skating party and Howie sometimes does how he eats and things like that. So maybe some of those might be added closer to the day. Those two are the most, I don't know what I'm going to try to say here. They like to have the most events. Like
I was going to say like AJ usually goes too, but I guess
AJ will do things too. Yeah.
He's sober, right? So he didn't want to do that, but maybe he'll do some
solo events because he had his album come out.
Maybe he'll announce something.
Yeah,
closer to the date because they assume that money grows on trees, and anytime you announce something, you put it on in the day of, and you're like, yes, people will buy it.
It's true. So we're about 4 months away from that, and so anything could be announced at that point. Sticking with
but AJ did say he's gonna tour, so it's coming.
Fingers crossed. So
Okay.
sometimes it's just better to see the boys individually at things. Speaking of AJ, let's go to this one. You can't listen, but on his Instagram the other day, he has posted that. Why scroll up? On April 13th, mark your calendars for the official release of Flowers featuring Ty Dolla $ign. Stream it everywhere you stream music. Let's go. So so AJ's second single is going to be Flowers, which is from the album, and we reviewed that album. Go back and check that out. But he's actually running a pretty cool contest right now. He doesn't specifically say when the end date is for this, but basically to give someone flowers is to like give them praise and stuff, like, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around this newfangled slang. But anyway, I
feel like I've heard this before. Like I mentioned in that episode when we were reviewing his album, the wrestlers, I was saying like the legends, they weren't getting their flowers unless like they pass away. But some of the wrestlers now have retired and they're getting their flowers now and seeing it instead of, you're dead and you don't get to see that.
Yeah, for sure. So you want to appreciate people while they're still around and give them flowers. Yeah. So basically this contest that AJ is running right now is that you need to say, who would you give your flowers to? Would it be your parents? Would it be your best friend? Would it be yourself because you've overcome a bunch of things? Whatever. So you're supposed to record a video saying who you would give flowers to, and then tag AJ and Ty Dolla $ign because April 13th is also Ty Dolla $ign's birthday. And then AJ is going to pick 20 people at random, and he's going to send them flowers and possibly a surprise. So I don't know, maybe an autograph or something. But yeah, so there you go. So if you want to get flowers from AJ, talk about who you would give flowers to. So make a little video and tag them. Also, what else? So I think that's it with AJ right now. He has mentioned tour dates, but he has not specifically told us when these tour dates are occurring. So fingers crossed that those come up soon.
Our guess it'll be before Vegas?
I would assume so. And I thought that AJ and Joey had said they might do some more Legendary Night stuff, but I haven't heard or seen anything yet on that. So that could also just be nothing. Speaking of our other bestie, who we love him. He's a little bit of a flake. It's this sweet little our buddy Nick.
I don't know why you keep calling him little, but yes.
Our bestie Nick over here. Bit of a flake.
We love Nick. Don't get us wrong.
We love him.
I feel like you can make fun of people in a nice hearted way.
Make
you
fun
love,
of
right?
So anyways, he was supposed to have two events that were happening. One of them was on the weekend of April 11th. April 4th, he was supposed to be at Busch Gardens. That is in Tampa. That is no longer happening because I don't remember why. Where did I put that? Hold on, looking for my tabs here. Here we go. Okay, share this tab instead. Okay, so he is no longer performing at Busch Gardens, Tampa. So if you were going there, he will not be there on April 4th. However, pitching in for our boy bandy, we got our buddy Joey Fatone will be there. So it says, did someone say new food, wine, and garden artists? We are so excited to announce that Joey Fatone will be taking the stage on Saturday, April 4th. Due to his scheduling conflict, Nick Carter will no longer be performing on April 4th, but we are thrilled to welcome Joey Fatone and can't wait to sing along with all of you. Additionally, Grammy-nominated Hanson will be performing on Saturday, April 25th. All these concerts are included in your park admission, so be ready to rock out with a full day of delicious food and wine. So so there's a festival, so that's Busch Gardens in Tampa. They will be performing there. So Joey Fatone is April 4th, not Nick Carter, and Hanson is April 25th.
I'm sorry. I want to say sorry to the fans that bought tickets and flights and hotel, because now they're out of pocket for that.
Oh, for sure. At least it was a month's notice, I guess. but still, like if you have non-refundable flights and anything, like if you bought the tickets and you were going to go, like it was just admission tickets, but I think there was special like food packages and stuff too. I'm not sure if they would refund those or not. If you're in Tampa and you had the tickets anyways, consider checking out Joey Fatone because he's fucking hilarious. He is a good singer and he's just a good ham. He's an entertaining person and he generally brings people with him sometimes.
Yeah, he's so fun.
Yeah, Joey is fun times. So, but yes, obviously he's not Nick Carter.
Coming from overseas, so I feel bad.
That sucks for sure. Yeah, so
does it say anything in the comments, like if they got anybody got refunds or
Joey, nothing. So it says, do our current VIP tickets do we use for Joey? So they said just DM them. So if you bought VIP tickets for Nick, you can DM Busch Gardens and they can kind of figure out what's going on there. So
okay, that's good at least.
Yeah, so reach out to them and see what they can do. So you can either keep them for Joey or see if something can happen there. So anyways, so that is coming up. So that's fun for fans of Joey Fatone and Hanson. Also, Nick canceled his Steel City Comic Con, which was the weekend of April 11th. So he is no longer going to that. He did make a little video about that. Instead, what he is doing, that one he canceled because he's doing a charity event. So maybe the 4th was canceled because he's prepping for that. So if we look on his Instagram, here it is. Okay, so let me share this guy. Oop, wrong one. Oh, it is that right? Okay, sorry. It says, so the NCHA cutting says, big announcement. NCHA celebrity cutting presented by Icon Global just got larger than life because Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys is saddling up to compete. You might say he's here to prove he's the one to beat in the arena. Either way, we know one thing for sure. Everybody is going to want a seat for this. Oh, these guys. Join us for a night.
Fun. That's fun. I like that.
Got to just add all the songs in there. Join us for a night where music meets the dirt in the Will Rogers Coliseum on April 11th, all benefiting some sort of medical center. I'm not sure what. Oh, this is in Texas, guys. This is in Fort Worth, Texas. It's a great cause and an even greater show, so you don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now at the link below. Whatever. So I believe it's a medical center, possibly cancer patients, I believe. I don't know.
Yes, you did say it was a cancer event.
Okay. So it is a fundraiser. Yeah. We did look it up somewhere here. Oh, I found a press release here. Okay, let's see if I can switch over to this tab. Okay, so it says Stars Ride for a Cause. NCHA reveals celebrity cutting competitors. Presented by blah, blah, blah. Okay, so April 11th at the Will Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth, Texas. The National Cutting Horse Association is proud to continue the excitement surrounding the thing. So it features A-list celebrities, elite riders, and professional trainers for an unforgettable evening of competition and philanthropy, all benefiting UT Southwestern Medical Center's cancer programs, serving Fort Worth and surrounding communities. So the event will feature an impressive lineup of Hollywood talent, including Emmy award-winning actor Matthew Rhys, action film icon Robert Patrick, and film actor Neil McDonald, also fan favorite actress Jill Wagner, C. Thomas Howell, and other people, including obviously Nick Carter. And yes, so there's
Jill Wagner is a Hallmark actress. She sounded familiar.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, so quite a few people there. So they're doing this. So anyway, so it's a celebrity. So for the rest of us who don't understand what the heck horse cutting is or cutting horse, I Googled that And it says, cutting is a Western equestrian sport that developed from the practical ranch work and the use of horses to separate and control cattle. So there's no actual cutting involved, but you're cutting them away with your horse from whatever, I don't know.
If you saw Nick's IG, he shared what he was doing, practicing for the event.
Yes.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Okay, hold on.
But
So a horse and rider work together to isolate a cow from the herd and prevent it from returning. So yeehaw, Nick's been a cowboy. Is this the video? That might be the video. Yeah, so that's basically what this. So he's going to ride on a horse and do stuff. So if you're in the Texas area and you want to see Nick at this event, you can go get tickets. It's a fundraiser.
Yes.
Yes.
Be safe and have fun.
Yes. Also on the Nick thing.
Instagram page?
Yes. Or what is this, X?
Twitter page?
Yes. So he announced a couple days ago that, sorry. Okay, so he has a new song coming out. So on March 5th, he posted, music has truly been a gift and a blessing in my life, and I'm both grateful and proud to keep this journey going. The love life tragedy story started almost a year ago with an album and now continues with a brand new title track to open up the next chapter. Love Life Tragedy, my new solo single, is officially coming to streaming platforms on March 17th. So that is St. Patrick's Day, I believe.
Check the comments. I think, is that the pinned tweet? I don't remember.
That one is not the pinned one.
Yes, look at the pinned tweet.
Okay.
And then look at the comments.
Okay. It says, my new single is coming out. Da, 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 da. Is it that, or should I hate how this doesn't work properly.
How do you see comments on it? I don't know.
I don't know if that's the one, but I was going to also point out that he also commented and said, I'm inspired, time to record a new album. Is that what you're talking about?
No, so in the pin tweet, he wrote that. And then I wrote, yes, we heard a little snippet of Love Life Tragedy song and soundcheck last year on your tour. And he liked
Sorry, is this on Instagram or is this on?
It's on Twitter.
Twitter? Okay.
Yeah, and then he liked the comment. Because he remembered that he did share a snippet of it.
Yes. So I don't know. We can find that somewhere. So there's been a couple of other like I can't find yours right now, but basically it says, is this part? So Dawn asked if it was part 2 of Love Life Tragedy. You already have some good ones done. And then Nick says he has over 12 songs written for this. So it kind of sounds like we're getting a part 2. And then there was another comment that he responded to, which said, new album, did I read that right? Don't overpromise because we know we won't let you off easy, which is true because we like to razz him. And he said he's going into the studio this week. So apparently we're getting a part 2 for Nick. So
how about when you give a part 2, you give us a part 1 of a physical copy of the album?
That would be great.
The part 2, a physical copy. Because I would like it into my collection.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. Nicholas. So, yeah. So that would be really great if it was like a double album.
When he liked it, I was like, yes, you remember that you did that. And I do have it on my Instagram.
Oh, on your Instagram?
I like when we went last year. He was on his phone. He shared it. His producer was singing, and he's like, "That's not my voice." And he did it. He didn't realize until like
that
halfway
was so
through the song,
funny.
or like a little bit, through the song. And then he's like, and then he did his voice, and we're like, "There it is. There's Nick." No, it was last year. It's okay.
You got lots of stuff. Anyways, basically, Nick had. That was at the meet and greet, right?
Yeah, it was last year. So
he's playing like a snippet of the song, and we're just like,
I'm like, that doesn't sound like Nick.
And then he realized it wasn't his own voice; it was the other guy's voice.
Yes, and then he was like, "It's my producer Brian," and then we're like, "Okay." Yeah, and then he played it, obviously his version, and he's like, "See, this is the song," and then waiting for him to release it. So here is confirmation now that he'll be
coming,
released.
guys. It is coming. So my other question, not really a question per se. What was I going to say? Do you think that some of the songs that did not make the first album, he did in like these like listening parties and stuff, do you think he's going to take some of those? Do you think those are part of the 12, or do you think these are 12 new songs?
Does Nick remember which ones he didn't use?
Probably not. Probably.
So I feel like it's totally new ones.
Yeah.
Unless he remembers, like, oh, I didn't use these ones, and he puts it on. Because I feel like once you do a cycle, you're just like, I'm just going to do new songs.
Well, it's nice that he's inspired again. Also, Nick is generally pretty good at a track record of releasing albums as opposed to AJ. Like usually he'll say, I'm doing it, and then he'll release it. There was one album that took him like a while. Maybe it was this one.
It was this one. It took him 3 years.
Yeah, we're like, dude, you already said you're going to do it. Like, what are you doing?
Because I remember we were talking like, oh, usually Nick, once
like
he
Nick
says
usually is like,
something,
hey, I announced it. Hey, I'm recording it. Here's the album. Here's a tour.
Yeah.
He used to do like when Backstreet Boys would take like little breaks from touring. He'd be like, I'm bored. Let me release an album and do this thing, right? So, so he's kind of slowed down on that, but I feel positive. I feel good. It would be really cool if AJ and Nick decided to tour together with their like their solo albums. That would be cool. I don't think that would happen. I think they like to do things separately, but who knows? Let's throw it out and let's manifest this.
They would like to do things separately because they're already together in the Backstreet Boys.
That's also true too.
I'm sure they love each other, but
for sure.
The whole point of a solo album and tour is to do your own thing. Maybe like one show, maybe 1 or 2 shows, maybe they could do together.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's their own thing that they want to do and keep separate because they're already spending so much time together in the Backstreet Boys.
Are they really spending that much time right now? Well, they have over the years.
No, but like
yeah.
For Vegas, I'm sure.
Yeah,
they're like,
that's true.
Let's take our time away from each other.
Yes, and you know what? Then that gives us 2 events to go to. So
that's right.
Okay, so I think that's it for Backstreet.
And their events are pretty reasonable. Because Nick in Toronto wasn't that bad. It was like
honestly, and yes, they definitely are much more reasonably priced when it's just them doing solo stuff or AJ and Joey or whatever. It's just like so, and you have better chances of meeting them in meet and greets. The meet and greets are a lot less expensive than they are in Vegas, and you do get a little more time. It's not as rushed.
And the solo events, they do have sound check, whereas Backstreet Boys don't have sound check anymore.
That's true. That these are all very good points. So yeah. So
we're just selling it. We're just selling it like that, right?
We have no idea if they're going to announce a tour. Hopefully, we're in our next updates. They'll be like, "Oh my God, look at all these tours that are happening." But if they do, it's a good way to meet them. Obviously, if you've never met the Backstreet Boys before and you want to see all 5, like obviously Vegas, things like that is a good thing. But like, there's a lot of joy to be had with solo events. Like we've had so much good times with Nick over the years.
We had lots of great experiences.
Howie events. Like, there's been a lot of good. Yes. So don't be afraid to go see them in a solo type setting because it is a really good time and they are fun.
Yeah. I feel like once you go one time, you're hooked.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Okay. So moving on from Backstreet, I think that's all for Backstreet right now.
We talked about they add more dates. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of Jonas Brother news. Sadly, obviously, they're not doing any North American stuff right now, but they did add a few dates. So for South America, I guess they're doing some sort of resort in California. Okay. In April, but they have added some South America dates. So they are going to Buenos Aires, Argentina, May 5th and 6th. They're going to Santiago, Chile, May 10th and 11th, and then they're going to Brazil on May 13th. So that's very exciting. Happy for the South American fans. The European fans are obviously still upset because they haven't announced anything yet, but the year is still young. They still have lots of time they can do that. They have also announced some Vegas dates, and they will be playing Dolby Live at Park MGM. Is that where New Kids is?
Yes, that's where New Kids was.
Okay, so they're kind of doing just a quick little
I think it's 4
May
days.
long
No?
weekend. Yes. So it's May
Yeah.
20th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So they're going to be in Vegas for that. So go check those out if you can. Curious how much their tickets cost. Are they on sale yet?
I'm not sure. I didn't. See
Pre-sale
anything.
happening now. Okay, so I don't have okay, well I can't click on these because I do not. Okay, official platinum is $752, so that's a bit of expensive. Okay, because I don't have any of the pre-sale
Pricing
codes.
For
I
all
don't know.
artists are very crazy right now.
418. Here it says $80 to $330, so I don't know if that's actually the price of things, but anyways, it's a smaller venue. Oh my god, I'm not even showing you guys this tab. I'm so sorry. I'm scrolling in like an idiot. But yeah, so so the actual on sale date will probably be before this episode airs, so this is in the past. But anyways, yeah, so Jonas Brothers have a few dates there in Vegas. So if you're in the area, go check them out. I believe they also have a restaurant in Vegas, so they might do some sort of events. Nick has done some Sunday brunch things. Joe had an album recently, so who knows? They might do some stuff, they might not, maybe. So that's Jonas Brothers. But another cool thing that the Jonas Brothers are doing is they just announced the other day, so this will also already be out by the time that you listen to this episode, but they are doing a new live album, and it's called Friends from Your Hometown. So the project features guest appearances from Demi Lovato, John Legend, JoJo, Jordan Sparks, MGK, 5 Seconds of Summer, and more. So basically, this past year, they had done the Greetings from Your Hometown tour, and they went to the various different places, and they had like local people or celebrities local to the area be on the album. So they have not announced the track listing yet that I know of. Let me just double check. So basically, this article is from You Discover Music. It says the Jonas Brothers put on a show to remember through the last year's 20th anniversary Greetings from Your Hometown tour. Now they'll help fans hold those memories and give those who couldn't make it a peek into the production with the new live album, Friends from Your Hometown. Set for release on Friday, March 13th on all streaming platforms, the album compiles highlights from throughout the tour. Many of those moments include special guests who showed up by surprise to the audience's delight. Demi Lovato, John Legend, JoJo, Jordan Sparks, 5 Seconds of Summer, MGK, with whom the Jonas Brothers recently joined forces for the Cliché remix, are among the performers featured on Friends from Your Hometown. Additionally, fans can look forward to some unexpected song inclusions, like a live version of Backwards from last year's Greeting from Your Hometown, which that became a big thing, Backwards. It became part of the thing.
Yep.
It says, we miss being on tour so much, Jonas Brothers said in a statement. Lately, we've been reminiscing about how grateful we are to all of our friends who joined us throughout the last tour and shared their music with us. In celebration, we put together a compilation of some of those moments for you to relive again and again. Okay, key word here being some of those moments, because I believe they had, I want to say like 40 different guests. So not everyone is going to be on this album. So I'm sure we're all going to be very upset. They're like, oh, you didn't have Sum 41 or the Arkells or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure the Arkells are not making the album because like the Jonas Brothers didn't even perform with them. They just did their own thing in Hamilton. But I'm assuming JP Sachs will probably be on it because he was on a few of the things. So it'll be interesting to see what is going to go on. But
who they choose, it will be very interesting to see.
Yeah, because there was
some
really
like
good
12,
ones.
maybe 12.
Probably, I would say like 10 to 15 songs. I'm thinking. I don't know. Do you guys want us to do a review of that album? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's songs we know. Maybe that. Well, we'll see what the songs come out if it's something we want to listen to or not. But
it might just be the album that we reviewed. We could say like, oh, who
this is the song. From what I'm understanding, these are the special performance songs.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I'm understanding it. So
okay, yeah.
So when
I just thought it was like songs we already heard from the album,
like a live
and they're
yeah. Could be, but I feel
but maybe that's wrong, and that's
I
They're
don't
just
know.
doing it. But yeah, we can.
We will
That's
find
more
out on
content
Friday the
too,
13th.
and we like
apparently.
to do content. So
Yeah, so
We
I
will
would
do that.
say about half of their guests I knew. I would say, like, some of them I'd be like, oh, it's so and so, because sometimes there'd be like, guests from our age, but then there was also like younger guests, and I was like, I have no idea who this person is or what this song is, but then people in the crowd would be losing their minds. So yeah, it should be interesting to see. Hold up, give me 1 second. Guests on Jonas Brothers Tour 25. Okay, I found a US Weekly article that has who were their guests. So we'll see if any of this kind of rings a bell. So we had from Us Weekly, yes. So we got Switchfoot, Jesse McCartney, who he ended up joining them for some tour. Dean
yes, that was
Lewis.
a really good one. I heard.
Yeah,
When I saw videos, yeah.
Demi Lovato, they sang a song.
That was
from
a big
Camp
deal.
Rock.
I remember seeing videos, how much of a big deal that was.
Yeah, so I feel like that's definitely going to make this for sure. This is me.
Because that's Nickelodeon, right? Or
Disney.
Disney. Sorry, that's Disney,
Yeah.
right? And they were
Yes.
very popular. Like Camp Rock was very big deal.
Camp Rock was very popular. So Joe sang "Gotta Find You" from Camp Rock, and then Demi Lovato came out singing a medley that included "This Is Me," and they brought her on stage, and everybody. So this was at the MetLife Arena, and then they also performed "Wouldn't Change a Thing" from Camp Rock, the final jam. So probably one of those songs. The Jonas Family came out, All Time Low, Click 5, Hanson. I forgot they did one with Hanson. They did Umbop, Cartel, Hoobastank, JP Sachs came out a couple of times, Alessia Cara, so she's Canadian, Glenn Powell. He wasn't singing though. Dashboard Confessional, JoJo, which JoJo would be good. Get out right now.
Yes, that one was a big deal too.
That's a good song. Yeah, for
We
sure.
hadn't seen her in a long time.
Plain White Tees, Russell Dickerson, he's a country singer. Ryan Cabrera did On the Way Down, so maybe we
That
might
was
get
a good
him.
one, yes.
Kelsey Ballerini is another country singer. Fifth Harmony, Jason Mraz.
That was a good one, yeah.
John Legend did
That was a big deal as well, I remember hearing.
So, and they did say he's going to be on it. 5 Seconds of Summer, who sings She Looks So Perfect. Tyler Glenn. Pierre Bouvier from Simple Plan. I forgot that he did I'm Just a Kid in Salt Lake City. That was a good one.
That's good, yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly came out. The Veronicas. Sum 41, another Canadian band there. So I believe they did In Too Deep. Yep, they did In Too Deep. Paul Russell, Andrew McMahon, Cord Overstreet from Glee, Christina Perry, Phantom Planet, The Main, Jordan Sparks, Brett Young, Dave Elkins, Natasha Bedingfield, Yellow Card, Serena
Pocket
Farrell.
Full of Sunshine, right?
Sorry?
Pocket Full of Sunshine, isn't that one?
Pocket Full of Sunshine.
I got my pocket full of sunshine. Something like that.
Possibly. Natasha Bedingfield did Unwritten.
Unwritten, yes.
Yes.
That's the song title. But I think the little lyrics were like Pocket Full of Sunshine.
Yes. Maren
like that.
Morris. I forgot about her. She
yes.
did The Middle. Remember when Trevor from Motown was
that was a big
obsessed
deal.
with that song? Yes.
The memes or viral moments, the videos, yeah.
Me in the middle. That was a good one.
Yes.
Ben Rector, Gavin DeGraw.
Gavin DeGraw was a really good one.
I don't
His
wanna
One
be
Tree Hill. He
Yes.
did the theme song, so I was like very excited for that one.
That's a good song. I like that song. Julia Michaels did her song Issues. Ella Torbett. Alia Cravallo. I think she was from Disney, I think. She was from Moana, so the Moana star. Sebastian Yatra. Khalid. I always get DJ Khalid. I don't know. Khalid? I don't know.
I think it's Khalid, no? DJ
I think it's
Khalid.
I think it's DJ Khalid, and then Khalid is the other guy. So that's who he was. Group Love, Kobe Calais. That's a good one. Bubbly, that song. Alex Warren, Absolutely. Mario, oh my God, the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Adrian Warren, JVKE, Walk the Moon, Kenny G, Ashley Simpson. I forgot about that
one was a big deal too.
Yeah, Pieces of Me. Yeah. Isaac Slade, the Arkells, Hamilton-based rock band Arkells. Did Leather Jacket. Then we also had Simple Plan again, and this was like the whole band in Montreal, and they did Perfect and I'm Just a Kid.
Awesome.
Max McNone, Vanessa Carlton, also a good one. Del Water Gap, Andrew Barth Fieldman, JoJo, Nora Jones, Yoshiki, Somber, and that was it. So yeah, so there's a lot of good songs to choose from. So hopefully
there's a lot of good artists and songs. I hope Gavin DeGraw is one of them.
That would be good. That's a good song. Yeah, there was some nights I'd be just like watching on TikTok or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, who's the special guest going to be? And then I'd be like, oh my God, it's so and so. So yeah,
yes,
I thought that was really cool that they did that.
I thought so.
Yeah, that was fun. Okay, so that's coming out, and then the last thing, I think we may have touched on this, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to talk about it anyways, because I think before we would have just had like a little bit about it. So first off, one of our other favorite boy bands is O-Town. So they got a bunch of shows. They announced they're basically starting April 17th in Connecticut. And they're just kind of going until they're going to August in Chicago. So there's a bunch of concerts throughout the summer. None are in Canada, but there's things for people to see. And I think they're still adding some. Like, I don't think this is the full list. Because right now they have 4 dates in April, 2 dates in May, and then they 3 dates in June, and then basically July and August are obviously their busier times. They have lots more in there.
Yeah, I feel like they add for fall, they'll add probably for December shows as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. Most of them are the Pop 2000 tour. They do have a few on their own. There's a City Winery in Chicago. I wonder, is this their anniversary show? Let me just double check that. Yeah, so they also have their 25th anniversary of the debut album. So they've been doing that one is sold out, yeah. So that is August 30th. So they have a few of those going on. So they have some solo O-Town shows that they're doing, but they also have a lot of the Pop 2K stuff. Yeah, and they have a couple of different things there. So was there another one that was, or was that the only one? That is, hold up. Yeah, I think that might be it, yeah.
I think that's the only one too, because most of them all say Pop 2K on them. Oh, they also have one in June 23rd in Nashville. I believe that's also at a City Winery. This one still has tickets available. So this is their 25th anniversary. Since we're just checking ticket prices anyways, let's see what we got here. $54. Gotta love O-Town. Very cost effective and fun. Also fun, which I have not really had a chance to delve into lately because I've been kind of obsessed with Heated Rivalry. But O-Town is, they've uploaded all of their episodes of their Making the Band show. And they've actually been doing rewatches of that. So they also have a Being the Band show where they're kind of following them around as current times, but they're also doing rewatches of old episodes. And
yes, the reaction to some of the episodes is very entertaining.
They're hilarious. So we definitely need to dive into that. Just go to their YouTube page. It's all up on there. And I had asked a question. I was like, one of my favorite episodes is when they went on dates with fans in Vegas, and then Ashley ended up getting married and whatever. And Jacob looked miserable the whole time or something. And they're like, oh, we just rewatched that. It's season 3 episode, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, thanks, Dan.
Amazing.
They're so funny. I fucking love them.
Yeah, I thought it was very entertaining. But yeah, we should definitely do.
But yeah, no, we definitely should watch those because that was pretty funny. But that is not what I was talking about. What I was talking about is, I think we mentioned that it was happening, but we didn't have the information at the time. The Boy Band Cruise. So
Yes.
this is happening November 13th to 16th, 2026. It is on the Celebrity Reflection is the ship. It is a 3-night Caribbean cruise. So you do Fort Lauderdale, Key West, and Grand Bahama Island. So it's just kind of like a little loop around. And it's set. So if you want information, it's theboybandcruise.com. And basically it says, say bye, bye, bye to land and join us for a throwback cruise made of boy band legends. Think
Amazing.
frosted tips and friendship bracelets, TRL, Summer Girls, and all the early 2000s swag. You won't want to miss this moment of nostalgia or the epic 2026 lineup. So obviously we are featuring my good old husband, Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. We have O-Town. We have BB Mac. We have Ryan Cabrera. We have Brad from LFO. And then we have DJ Tommy Carlucci.
It's basically the Pop 2K tour on a boat.
On a boat. And is basically the first Mexico trip, but they added BB Mac and got rid of Billy Gilman. BB Mac are delightful. These are very
they're good. Good concert.
Yes. So it says exclusive events that you can expect on board, because he was also at, I think he might be Ryan's friend, Tommy. I think he might play drums for Ryan. I could be wrong.
Oh, maybe.
He was in the Mexico trip too. Anyway, so it says exclusive events you can expect aboard the Boy Band Cruise. Daily events with special guests and or performances. Boy band themed games and contests. Think boy band themed trivia, lip sync battle, silent disco, boy band karaoke, and more. Special theme parties and evening events every day. An exclusive private concert with live performances from our 2026 Boy Band Cruise artists. So these, if I am not mistaken, these are the people that run the Tampa Bay Buccaneers cruise. And O-Town performed on that last year. So I like 99% sure. This is not the people who ran the Mexico thing. This is a legitimate company that is not going to bankrupt you possibly. I can't find the name of the company. Anyways, I'll just kind of go through some of the stuff here. So obviously, it kind of goes through. So you got O-Town, Chris, BB Mac, Ryan Cabrera, as we just said, but it's a little more in depth about them. So there's that. The ship experience. So this is the Celebrity Reflection. So it has a whole bunch of pools and private areas and lounges and casinos, like all kind of cruise ships. 24-hour food, things like that. Do we want to see FAQ or pricing first?
Yeah,
pricing. Let's go pricing. So $300 deposit, final balance due by August 28th. And you can do a payment plan and they can just pay monthly and things like that. So
that's good.
Not terrible, guys. So basically, double occupancy rates. The interior, which Sophia and I would always do on the Backstreet Boys cruises, we used to call that Leonardo DiCaprio deck. It's whatever. You don't have windows to the outside. $7.99 per person.
Affordable, reasonably priced.
Yeah. Ocean
because
view.
Really, you just go to get changed, sleep, and shower.
Honestly, and if you're not a claustrophobic person or whatever, go with the cheap rooms, guys, because it's like
you'll
whatever.
Definitely feel the waves.
Yes,
because it's going to be choppy, but
I feel like I sleep much better on cruise ships because it's just
I don't know. I felt very soothing. It felt very soothing. The waves, you just feel it after, really, like definitely, when you wake up, you hear it.
But yeah, so if you don't want that, if you want an ocean view, it's $100 more. If you want a balcony, it's $300 more than the base. So that's not terrible. And you get your little balcony area. But again, you don't need that because it's a giant ship and you can go into the Lido deck and have breathe the fresh air there and stuff. There's also a tax of $161.08. So that is if you're double. If you are single, it is going to be a little bit more. So if you don't mind sharing with someone, I don't know if they have a Facebook group yet, but usually when there's cruises like this, they kind of have groups and people can kind of find roommates and stuff. They did have a VIP area. that part has sold out already. I don't know how many they were selling for that. So the VIP balcony also got you special privileges. It was $1,749 for double or $2,500 for single. You got a lanyard, you got VIP entry and seating for the final concert and select onboard events, special autographed item, upgraded dining experience, spa access, and whatever. And then if you have a room that you want to have additional people, 3 and 4 plays only $749 plus tax. So you save a little bit of $50, I guess, if you add additional people. So,
and if you get like experiences and you see them a lot around the boat because they can't go anywhere anyways. And I feel like Old Town gives you a lot more for your buck. So yes. I feel like you would have a great time.
I think you would, honestly. So some things I'm not going to go in the FAQ. Can I change my name? Yes, whatever. Travel insurance. Do you guarantee all performers listed will attend? We only include performers in our lineup who have given us contracted commitment to attending. However, occasionally things beyond our control happens, and some performers will be substitute if necessary. So for the most part, this is just all the Pop 2K guys. They're going to be together on this boat. You're fine. How do you book? So you have to book through the Boy Band Cruise page through this website. You're going to fill out information and then they will call you to confirm your booking. So you cannot book directly through the Celebrity Cruise Line because you will not get this stuff. This is only through this package. So it's theboybandcruise.com. So what's interesting is they are capping this because, again, this is a regular cruise. So you could go if you had like friends who are like, I don't really care about the O-Town part, but I want to just go on a cruise. They could buy their thing through Celebrity. They just won't get to see any of the special events. But right. So they're capping this cruise off at a maximum of 400 people for the O-Town stuff. So worst case scenario, you're in the very back of the thing. There's only going to be 400 people in there. So this is going to be very similar to the first Backstreet Boys cruise in which they did everything together. So on the first Backstreet Boys cruise, it was a half charter, and I believe it was 1,000 people. But you got to do all of the nighttime activities, all this stuff together. So that is cool event. So good.
Do they get a picture, like a group picture?
Okay, so that is the shitty part of this. You do not get a meet and greet with this one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go through what's included. So what is included is access to exclusive daily events, including the final live performance with all artists, classic beverage package, which is good to get, like, so if you're pop and everything, standard Wi-Fi, which also good. Don't have to pay for that. Tax it like your gratuities. So all the tips are already included and the regular stuff on a cruise ship. So obviously your food is included because you're on a cruise ship. If you want to do any of their like trivia nights or things like that or do other stuff, that's all included. Usually they have 24/7 pizza and ice cream and stuff. The buffets are all included, like all of that regular stuff.
Yes. And usually in late runs, you'll see a few boys probably.
Yes. And honestly, you probably will see them around the ship. Like, it is. So what is not included? So this is interesting. Any photo, autograph, or meet and greet. So that does suck because the Backstreet Boys cruises always included this. And you would always get a picture, like it's a group picture and stuff, but that would be included in the price. But also we would have a day at sea, and basically that entire day would be them taking pictures and stuff. So that part does suck about this. It says, be on the lookout for artist announced special offerings. They will be offered closer to the sailing. And then there's also a thing basically saying, do not stalk them around the ship or hang outside their room and stuff. There's a code of conduct that you have. So I was just like, okay, that's a bit much, but okay.
I feel like that was probably also said for Backstreet Boys, but we always stop people camp out by their doorway, hallway area.
Here's the thing though. It says you can't like contact them or whatever, but I'm like, a regular person who just happens to be on the cruise. If I was on a regular cruise and I saw Chris from NSYNC, I'm gonna go fucking say hi to Chris from NSYNC because I'm on a regular cruise. So if the regular people can go say hi to them, why can't the people who are on the cruise with them go say hi to them?
That is a fair point.
I get it. I get that they're trying to like not be like a Backstreet Boys cruise in which people are just like swarming them and whatever. But honestly, I feel like certain people like Trevor would be totally fine with that. Like how on the Backstreet Boys cruises, Nick would always like, okay, we're going to take pictures. He's like, I'm stopping here. Guys, make a line and we'll take pictures and go through and do selfies and stuff. I feel like you would probably have that with Trevor. I feel like a lot of the guys would be fine with that. Again, you don't want to be like annoying and like on them, but I don't think they're going to be like, fuck you. You came on this cruise. I don't want to see you. Right. So, and especially like the townies, I feel like O-Town knows a lot of the townies and I feel like they would say hi and stuff. So again, whatever. It is what it is. It is not included. They are going to have meet and greets, but also O-Town, LFO, BB Mac, their meet and greets are not crazy priced. They are a reasonable amount of money. Like after show selfies for O-Town is $100 and you get 4 selfies. So it's not crazy. They'll probably keep it the same. I can't envision them making you pay all this money to go on a cruise and then like doubling the price of their meet and greets. Like it just seems kind of dumb to me. So I think, and even when we were in Mexico, they had like a random meet and greet one day. They just showed up at the pool and took pictures in baseball outfits for some reason. I don't know why, but it was a thing that happened. We're like, okay, cool. So
wasn't it like Pirate Day or something?
Maybe it was Pirates. Maybe that was what they were wearing. I don't know.
Because it was like Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes, that's what they were wearing. Yes. Yeah. So, honestly, I think it would be fun. I'm still seriously considering doing this. I don't have a lot of expenses this year, but if I can make it work, I'm going to make it work because I think that would be really fun, especially since I'm not seeing them at all this summer. So, so you leave from Fort Lauderdale on November 13th, which is a Friday, I believe. Hold on, let me double check. So Friday, November 13th. So usually the cruise ship leaves around like noon to 4-ish time. And then it comes back on Monday morning. So Monday the 16th. So basically you have Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then you get off the ship again in the early morning on the Monday. So it doesn't actually say what time, but that'll be closer to the date. And yeah, so basically it says, will there be theme nights? Yes, we will announce the theme nights closer to sailing. Plenty of time to plan. Estimated announcement is 60 days prior to sailing. So that's always fun. Yeah, so I think this, so the company that's running it is called World 2C. And yes, so that is what they're doing. So it sounds like a lot of fun. The guys are always fun. I had a good time in Mexico. Again, you're not hanging out with them 24/7. You're going to meet a bunch of new friends and do fun things. And this, because there's like ports every time, I feel like you're really basically just going to see them at night, maybe for breakfast. Maybe they'll probably end up putting everybody on the same like early or late dining, depending on the event. So you'll probably see a bunch of them at these things. But even so, let's just say you just the concert and theme nights and stuff in a hotel, and you're staying overnight on the boat and you're getting food and you're getting all this stuff for $799, $700 is not terrible compared to going to Vegas and seeing the Backstreet Boys for $800 and just getting a concert ticket. So like, obviously you still need to make your way to Florida. Obviously there's other costs. Obviously it's not going to be a giant production like the Sphere in Vegas and that craziness, but they're fun guys. They're chill guys. It's a fun event. Yeah. It's probably going to be
you'll have a good time if you do.
I think you'll be good. So like, and I think it's nice that it's like a smallish group of only about 400 people. So I think that's good too. When we did the Mexico one, there was I would say about 150 people, and you got to know people really quick. And there's like a lot of the fans are fun. And like when I was in Mexico, like every morning we just happened to be at the buffet every time Eric from O-Town was there. So he would make the morning and just like say hi to us and stuff like that. So I think it would be fun. I think it would be a good trip. And if you can do it, I say go for it. Again, this is brand new. They have never done a cruise like this before. I know O-Town was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers cruise, so I don't know if anybody went on that one. But yeah, fun times. And I think so there you go. So that is an option. So that is the boy band
experiences that I had on the Backstreet Boys cruise were really good.
Backstreet Boys cruises were so good.
So
yeah. I've always wanted to do a New Kids cruise, never managed to get that.
The New Kids are still going strong with that. I think they're on their like. I think so. I think they did like the 11th one already. How many have they done? I feel like they were up there. 11.
Looks like the last one was in 2023.
Okay, 3 years ago. Not bad.
Yeah. So
was that the 11th one, or am I just making that number up?
You could be making that number up. It doesn't specifically say. Let me just say, how many New Kids?
I don't know. I feel like Donnie always like, this is the 10th cruise. This is the 11th cruise. I don't know.
I don't know. Actually, it doesn't really say.
Oh, okay.
I can't seem to find it quickly. But if you've been on a New Kids cruise, let us know how many they did. Because, yes. Yeah, this one is just talking about the 2023 cruise. They definitely did a bunch of them, I would say. They definitely
I feel like New Kids did it first, and then Backstreet was like, okay.
Yes.
I just remember New Kids was talking to Backstreet Boys about it when they announced the tour, NKOTB BSB tour. And they're like, you guys are doing a cruise too, right? And the guys were like, yeah. But it didn't seem like they were very enthusiastic about it at all.
There is quite a difference between...
It was so funny. I was just like, they're so reserved about this.
It was definitely like... The difference between the first Backstreet Boys cruise and the second Backstreet Boys cruise was quite the difference. So the first one, they didn't really know what they were doing. It was a half charter, so we did everything together. So that was fun, but it also was just kind of like, and they were very reserved and whatever. And then on the second cruise, it was a full charter, and they split us up into two groups. So then you also felt like you were missing out on half of the stuff that was happening, and sometimes like you would all get the same thing, and all the night parties were all together and stuff like that. But like I remember I got seasick on the one, so I left, and then Sophia was like, "Oh my God, Brian had this orange, and he was rubbing up against."
It was a coconut, girl. Coconut.
Yes, it was a coconut, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "Oh, they were lying down on the stage, and he was moving a coconut." And I was like, "With his body."
With their body, yeah, it was very entertaining.
And I was just like, Brian was doing this? Because on the first cruise, he was supposed to serenade someone, and he was instead serenading Leanne and pointing to his wedding ring. So I was just like, what? So yeah, so you never know what's going to happen.
So then I was like, look, Jinsey, I have proof on my camera.
She did have proof. So honestly,
yes,
it's
I
just
took video of this because I was like, nobody's going to believe me.
No. How many cruises did we go on? I think we went on like 4-ish Backstreet ones.
I think so.
3 or 4.
I think I've been on 3 and you were on 4 because the first one I wasn't able to go to because my dad, 2 weeks before. But yeah, I think I went on 3 and you went on 4.
They were so much fun. You meet so many fun people. You just have a good time. The costumes are fun.
2011, 2013, 2016, I think, were the 3 that I went to.
Yeah.
And then you did 2010.
I did 2010. One year, the 2014 one I couldn't go to because that was Lydia's wedding, and I didn't do the European one. But yeah,
I also did not do that one. And I was
sounds like shenanigans and good times.
Yes, I was with you for Lydia's wedding, so that's why I also did it.
That weekend. So, but yeah. Anyways, anytime you can travel with your favorite boy band members, and you can afford to do it, why not?
I just thought like this is like if you told 11-year-old Sophia you're gonna be on a boat with your favorite band, you would have lost your mind.
Yes. For sure. Definitely.
Yeah. So when you look at like when you see the Facebook memories and you're like, oh my God, we went on a cruise, like this is so good.
Yes.
And you see like all the photos that you've like the experience that you've done, you're like, oh my gosh, can't believe we did this.
Honestly, sometimes I forget about a bunch of the stuff we did. And you're just like, oh wow, I can't believe we did that and stuff. Right?
Yeah. So that's what the meme is always like, better to say, oh, can't believe we did this, and not like, I wish I should have did this. Yeah. That's why I was like, even though the sphere is like $1 quadrillion, I'm like, I don't know. We should try to go.
I don't know.
We should try.
Should. But yeah, no, yeah, exactly. And that's why I kind of want to go on this O-Town one, because I was just like, I could be on a boat with Chris. I feel like that would be good. Because I remember like we went to Rewind Con in Chicago and we were watching the concert or something. And then I felt somebody come up from behind me and put their arms on me and like put their head on my, like their chin on my head. And I was like, who the fuck is touching me? And then I turned my head and it was Chris. And I was like, hey, yeah, I'm fine with this. Like,
Yes.
like, so like these are fun moments that can happen to you if you go on these things and do
Yes, this is like they did you know that when they were doing like stop as a statue, because at that time the meme,
like that meme where you had to like, freeze.
Yeah, so you all like froze and then they put you on like their Instagram because like we did it together. And then like
I don't think they ever
Trevor would go down in the audience and like he would sing into my camera. I still have that video. I'm like, oh my gosh, that actually happened.
Yep. And if they're doing karaoke, they definitely will do karaoke with you and things like that. They did that in Mexico. We sang that one convention. Chris was singing Living on a Prayer. We were singing that to each other. Like there's lots of fun moments that can spontaneously happen if you do these things. So
exactly.
Honestly, I think it's fun times. If you can
so
go,
YOLO. If you can do it, YOLO.
Go for it. So yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, so yeah, so that's basically what the boy banding world is up to now. I'm sure there'll be a lot more. I'm sure lots more things will pop up in the next couple weeks. But yeah, if there's anything that we forgot, feel free to mention it below, and we'll mention it in a new update episode. But yeah, lots of good times in the boy band world.
Yes, lots of boy band fun ahead.
That's for sure. All right. Well, all right. Thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.